How you doing today? Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to review a coffee from Thanksgiving Coffee Company. It is a Mocha Java. It says medium roast. It does not have a roast on date. It has a best used by date. So this is what I would call a second wave coffee. Thanksgiving Coffee Company was probably one of the oldest specialty second wave coffee companies around. Started in 1972 by two hippies in San Francisco. Actually, it wasn't in San Francisco. They actually were from San Francisco and went up to Fort Bragg in Mendocino County, about 100 miles north of there, and bought themselves an old roaster and started making coffee. Thought it was better than making tie-dye shirts and beads. And funny thing is, they were right, still going strong. Huge company. This coffee was recommended to me by one of my subscribers, and it was actually reviewed by David Keith over at the Coffee Review, and it got a 96-point review. So if you know the Coffee Review and David Keith, 96 is about as good as it ever gets over there. So it was $14.50 off their website, and if you use their coupon code, which I used, which was welcome, you got $5 off. So a 96-point coffee for like $9. That's like awesome. Anyway, so I'm expecting a lot from it. I'm going to brew it, pull some shots, cup it, review it on my SEA cupping form, and I'm going to let you know what I think. And I'm going to do this over several days, and anyway, I'll be back and start letting you know what I think about it. Welcome back. As you can see, I've been analyzing it, brewing it by V60, cupping it, pulling shots, making cappuccinos with this coffee. And as you know, this is a Mocha Java coffee. Mocha being, it's from two different origins. Mocha being from the port of Mocha in Ethiopia, and Java being an Indonesian Sumatra type coffee. I'm going to guess that the Sumatra is a all natural processed, and the Mocha beans are probably washed, just because it has a very bright acidity to it, but it has a really sort of wild, fruity, sort of natural processed flavor that you get from Sumatras that are naturally processed. It's been a very complex and unique coffee. Now, let's start with on the analysis. It's a 55 score on the outside, which makes it right around a full city coffee. But the interesting part was when I ground the inside, it came out to 70, which is only a light roast side. So that tells me that this was a relatively fast roasted coffee, where the outside got darker a lot quicker, and the inside was like less cooked, less roasted. So pretty wide vector there, wide thing. And this is my V60 right here. Like I said, it's very bold, very intense. Has a cornucopia, so many different flavors in the cup. Get a lot of cinnamon, hints of salt, orange zest, licorice. And it tends to be on the smoky side. Anyone that knows how to roast coffee, you know, you turn off the air more air, brighter. If you turn off the air, it tends to hold the smoke in the drum longer and gives coffee that smoky taste. And this kind of has a smoky taste, so I'm going to assume that they probably had the air turned down to very low and held the smoke in the drum a little bit. But anyway, I am going to keep drinking this coffee for the next 2 days. I am going to make some cold brew, and I'm going to score it with my card here, and I am going to be back tomorrow and let you know exactly what I scored it, and let you know how that cold brew is. But it's very unique, very different coffee. I can kind of see why it got a 96 on the coffee review. So anyway, and I pulled a shot, very licorice. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. I have been drinking this Mocha Java for the last couple of days. I've had some cold brew brewing for the last 20 hours. We're going to give it a try. And I'm going to let you know how I scored this. So, but let's try this cold brew. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to pour a little bit. Not bad. Okay, well, I'm going to let you know how I scored this. This was a very good coffee, but it is a second wave coffee, and that's incredibly excellent for a second wave coffee, if you know what that means. Because I don't know when it was exactly roasted, but when I brewed here, it had an extremely nice bloom, so it was actually had to be very freshly roasted. In terms of the cold brew, it's not bad. Not my favorite, but in terms of the cold brew here, has a very cinnamony, this coffee has a very strong cinnamony sort of taste to it. But anyway, let's go over my review here. Anyway, you know, it was 55 on the roast outside, full city, 70 on the inside. On the lighter side, fast roast, 15-point Vector, espresso shot. Very strong licorice tones. I didn't particularly love it as an espresso shot by itself, but I thought it was made a really nice cappuccino. I don't know, with the milk, with the coffee, sort of brought out some lemon, not lemon, but orange zest flavors, which I really like. Hints of licorice. Anyway, let's give you my score here. On flavor and aroma, you know, sweet chocolate, licorice, I gave it 9.5. On the break, when I was cupping it, a very strong cinnamon tone flavor, smell. Flavor, I gave it a 9.5. Cinnamon, licorice, orange zest flavor. Aftertaste, it had a really strong, you know, lingered in your mouth, velvety aftertaste. Even though this is not an espresso, in terms of acidity, I gave it a nice 9.5. Kind of acidity on the sharp side. I liked it. That's what I like in an espresso. You can feel that coffee even in through the milk. But like I said, this is not designated as an espresso. You might want to try it as such, but you know, you may or may not like it, because like I said, it's not really designed to be espresso. It's more of a drip coffee. Sweetness, had a very nice sweetness to it. I gave it a 9.5. Bitterness, no bitterness, gave it a 10. Mouthful, there again, really important, really strong, filled your mouth with flavor, stayed there for a long time, velvety smooth. I gave it a 9.75. Balance, I think it was kind of more on the acidity, sharpness side. So I took a couple points, a little bit off there, 9.5. No defects, odors, nothing odd about it, 10 points. And on the overall drinkability, I gave it a 9.5. So, yeah, this is a really nice coffee from Thanksgiving Coffee Company. Like I said, I don't know how many people know about them. They've been around for almost 50 years. So, you know, they're doing some nice stuff. It's an intense, complex coffee. So anyway, that's it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. If you found this video of any value, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps people find the channel.